All right. So thanks, Raashid, for your time here with me today. I love your work, and I know that we've already done the call for like about 15 minutes now, and I understand where you come from, the kind of work that you do. And so now coming down to the biggest question, right? So how much would rebranding of my company, which is the Think Alternate website, the brand and the logo would cost for me?
Yeah, so Gautam, thanks so much for the call as well. I've enjoyed speaking with you. There are different ways in which we help with rebrands. There isn't a one size fits all. As you can imagine, this is not a product off the shelf that we're selling. We like customizing it for clients. So I don't have a single price for you, but what we can do is over the next 5-7 minutes, come to the price and understand what that price might be. Is that okay?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, perfect. So Gautam, I just have a few questions for us to nail this down so that I understand the scope and the impact of the work that we're doing. So my first question for you is, why are you looking to rebrand? And a follow-up is, why are you looking to rebrand now at this point?
Right. So I really like my logo and the structure that it's done. So you'd be able to look at it on my thumbnail, which has got a really nice thing saying THAT, which represents Think Alternate Technologies, and that is a very common word. So I love this, but then I see that it's not aligning to the SEO and it's not aligning to my target market, which is the CXOs of larger companies.
Okay, understood. And so let's say that we are able to nail this project together and it's going to actually impact SEO positively and get you the type of audience you want in a meeting room with you, the CXOs of the big companies. Can you break down for me, if those meetings, how many of those meetings are you having right now per month, and how many are you looking to have?
But how does it matter for the branding revamp? So I would have this similar conversations probably with a sales team whom I want to, onboard. But I don't understand. Could you tell me why would I have to come down to my numbers in terms of sales?
Yeah, absolutely. Because I think there are two ways to go about these branding projects. And I'll be honest with you, I used to do the first type 3-4 years ago, but I've since made a major shift. The first way to do branding projects is to give you the prettiest thing you've ever seen. And that's actually really easy for me. I can do that in about a day. And it's really easy and you will be very, very happy and excited about it. But just like with the logo you currently have, your excitement will fade because beauty doesn't last, but results do. The second way of doing a rebrand project, which is what I do right now, is it's very results focused. And so unless I know the results that you are trying to achieve and where you are right now, I can't actually think holistically about how rebranding can play a role in that. Because the way I think about it is you are here, you want to get here, and currently we're thinking that rebrand is the bridge between one and the other. So I need to know what type of bridge to create, because only if I know where we are, where we want to go, can I actually do the rebrand holistically and make sure it connects to different aspects of your business. Because the last thing I want to do is give you a pretty logo.
Absolutely. I love the way you approach the results. But how would it matter the number of meetings that I take in a month? How would that particular results affect? I mean, how would your branding or the branding that we do for the company affect the number of meetings that I have in a month with a potential customer?
Yeah. So Gautam, I think the question to be asking is, what is your top goal? One of the things I got from the conversation is that one of your top goals is to have more meetings with these CXOs and get leads. And the reason I'm asking is because I want to understand the scale of the challenge and what's happening right now so that I know how much to sort of shift around. So unless I know the value I'm looking to create, it's very hard for me to get excited about creating it. So I would need to know this, otherwise, or you need to tell me that this is not an important enough goal to go after, and you need to tell me what an important goal actually is, right? Because I want to help you get to your goals. Otherwise, there's no point us working together.
Lovely. Yeah, I think this makes sense. So definitely I want to increase the number of meetings that I have. And yeah, currently I'm having about 10 meetings. I would like to increase that to probably...
Okay, got it. So what I'm getting is a 2x increase approximately, to keep the math simple, per month. of the meetings that we run, right? And so currently, can you tell me when you actually get in the room with CXOs that are of the right fit, out of the 10 of them, are you looking to convert them directly into retainers right at that meeting? Is that the goal?
Some yes, some no. It's a combination of.
Okay, understood. And let's say we actually nail again one of these meetings. What value does that create for your business?
What value? I can't really think of something right off my head.
I'll keep it really simple for you.
Yeah.
So let's say you close a client. Eventually, I'm guessing your goal, considering what you do, is to get them on a retainer project over the course of the year. Let's say we actually close a deal with one of the larger corporates than the ones you're working with right now, which you're aiming to close. Let's say we actually close that. What is the retainer size that you go after with those CXOs? Is there a range, or is it a fixed thing? I want to understand whether it's a premium service, if it's democratized, because that will play into the branding exercise as well.
Right. So what I would probably want to get to is between 7 to 12 lakhs a month on a retainer with the brand. Yeah.
Okay. Again, just to keep the math simple, I'm just going to keep it at like 8 lakhs a month so that we know that that's basically every time we close a client, that's a 1 crore over the course of the year, right? Annually that you would be getting. Okay, understood. And so that seems like it's in a fairly premium space for what you offer, which is good to know because I can build that into the branding, right? And what we are looking to do is double the amount of opportunities you have to sort of pitch this, right? So if each successful meeting leads to 1 crore revenue for your business, what do you think is a fair investment to make in the rebranding process?
So this is something I never expected this to come from a branding perspective. I've never really did a value-driven, exercise to be able to convert. I would always probably do a sales exercise for my, marketing and sales and then convert it to value to my business. But then rebranding, I've never really thought of how do I approach this? I don't even know how to approach this.
Yeah. So the reason why I was having this conversation is because, like I said, I only do the second type of projects which are results focused. Because for me, the way pricing works very simply is I get a percentage of the value I create for you. If I'm not creating value for you, then I shouldn't be paid at all. But we feel like this is going to create value for you. And another thing, and the reason why I was asking you about the meetings, etc., is because there's so many components that lead to success for you. There is the rebranding process, there's your marketing process, there's your sales process, and each of these deserves an investment and requires an investment because they have to work in tandem to make it happen, right? So at this point, I think I'm clear about your different requirements. And I think you'll be happy to know that the rebranding process to deliver about 1 crore of revenue per successful client from our perspective is only $2,500, which equals to 2 lakhs of rupees, which, if my math serves me correctly, is 1/5 of each successful meeting that you would have. That is what the investment would look like for us to rebrand with us.
Lovely. I would love to. I wouldn't mind paying $2,500, but I still do not understand what if I don't find the value end of the, you build a great logo, it's extremely good looking and probably, my target audience, basically more than me, I imagine my target audience should love it and everything is in line. But I'm still not able to connect how making a logo, rebranding my existing brand, my company would help me in terms of closing a sale with my customer.
Yeah, that's totally fair and a fair question. So do you mind if I go a little left field with this, Gautam? Because I feel like that's the only way to explain it to you. Is that okay?
Sure, please go ahead.
So Gautam, what car do you drive?
I take the metro. Really.
Okay, you take the metro. That's great. And what laptop do you use?
I use an very old.
Okay. And for this very old HP, how do you think you made your decision to buy that HP laptop?
I used to be a developer, so I just wanted to pick up a machine which has a larger capacity in terms of the CPU. That's all.
Okay. And was there ever a question in your mind of, considering how important this machine was for you as a developer, it's everything that you do, right? I imagine you needed to trust the provider that actually sold you the laptop. You had to trust that HP would give you a good product. Would that be fair?
Yes, of course.
Okay. And how do you think HP built that trust with you?
Um, over the years, I've been knowing HP for over the years. I've used HP before, so I know it's reliable.
Yeah. And so I think, Gautam, that's sort of what rebranding and branding does for you. It builds trust and relatability with people so that eventually when they buy from you, they don't even remember why they did, because they know that they knew you, they felt you were reliable, they could trust you. That's what brand does for your business. So I think it's very, unfortunately, the days where it was just a good salesperson could help you close a sale. As you're a wise entrepreneur, you've been running a business for a while, you know that's not the only thing that helps close sales. There are other elements, and brand is one of those elements. And that's how it sort of relates together. Because if it didn't relate together, and Gautam, forgive me for being a little cheeky over here, but if you didn't know that they relate together, we probably wouldn't be having this conversation. Because I'm sure, as someone who's a smart entrepreneur, you didn't just want to spend a bunch of dollars making something look prettier. You wanted it to have business results. And so that's how it sort of relates together. There's branding, there's marketing, there's sales. All of these things come together to actually give you the results that you want. Branding's importance has just gone up over a while because you can reinforce your brand now in so many ways that you couldn't earlier, whether that's on social media, your website, etc. So it's playing more and more of a fundamental role. What we've seen happen with other clients that we've worked at, which had similar challenges, which were, let's close more B2B sales, we found not only were they getting more leads, but the cycle time of the sales were actually going quicker because the trust was built with the organization before the sales meeting, which I'm sure is an annoying thing you have to deal with, where you talk to them and then, a month later they might close. This helps to close cycle time as well. So that's the role branding plays towards your end objective. Does that clarify that a little bit for you?
It does, but I really think I need to think over this whole, understanding of how I understand. Yes, I mean, the whole point I'm sitting here today with you is to make sure my sales increase at some point. And I initially felt that rebranding would add some value, but from the conversation, I see that you've projected it to me that it's quite of high value, and probably I need maybe a couple of weeks time to think over this, to be able to even give you an answer if we probably want to do this whole exercise with you of rebranding.
Sure, Gautam. I think the conversations run really well because you've allowed me to ask a few questions. So can I bore you with a couple of extra ones just before we sign off?
Please.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
So my next question for you is, what is going to get clearer for you with time that a conversation can't make clearer? So I'm guessing you need time to make the decision clearer about whether you should invest in this, should not, what you should do. I imagine just time and thinking over it is not going to potentially help that. Sometimes just having a frank conversation can. So can you tell me what your hesitancy is to move forward at this point? Is there a sticking point in the back of your mind before you commit to doing this?
No, so the reason I wanted to take time was to probably sleep over it, to do some research on understanding more aspects of whatever you told me, the ton of value that you've provided me by saying how you can tie up rebranding to your sales, and which is great. I've learned a lot, but I need to go back and probably now no more Google, so probably ChatGPT the whole thing to find more answers.
Understood, Gautam. And I think that's absolutely fine. Let me help you make a quicker decision while you are considering this so that it's not weeks, but it's days in which we make our decision. So a couple of things I'm going to share with you is, one, I'm going to share with you a YouTube link where for an hour and a half, I have a conversation with a large business owner where the only thing we talk about is the connection between branding, targeting, branding, marketing, and sales. So the thing that you wanted to sleep on, you can actually just watch a video, listen to that. You'll learn a little bit more about my way of thinking as well. And so that might help. That's number one. And the second thing is, in our company, we're always thinking about innovation and what's next. So we've kept up with GPT as well. As you might imagine, our sales team has been messing around with ChatGPT for each of the questions our potential audience would ask, what would our answers be? So we have that ready and ready to send out as well. So I'll share that with you as well, because that will give you a head start on the impact branding can have on your business. So you can go over this. The only thing I would request is that we have a follow-up conversation in 2 days, and we make a decision then, not in 2 weeks, because we only work with about 10 clients in a particular month, and we're currently at 9. I need to get back to people on the wait list to let them know whether we can work with them or not. Since you came through a referral, you get one of those fast passes that you would at Disney World. So you're in the front of the queue, but I can only hold that for a couple of days. So can we book in a call for 2 days' time to talk through our final decision?
Yes, Rashid, I think that makes sense.
Okay, so can you tell me when on your calendar you'd be available? So we've got Thursday and Friday. Would Friday afternoon at 4 p.m. work for you?
Actually, you know what? I think I'm actually traveling tomorrow. So would Monday make more sense?
Monday, we can definitely speak on Monday, Gautam. The only thing you'll have to forgive me for is I can't guarantee that we can take on the project in February if we speak on Monday, because we tend to block out our calendar over the weekend. So on Monday, we can speak. That's absolutely fine if you need the time, but then we would start our project in March if you chose to go ahead. Is that okay?
Okay, so let's see. So if I'm able to, I'll reconfirm to you if I'm able to find some time while I'm traveling on Friday. So probably Friday, second half, we could try and close.
Perfectly fine. Perfectly fine, Gautam. And I think, you've shared that this is an important goal to you. We'll find out how important it is over the next couple of days. Okay, take care, Gautam.
Sure.
Bye.
Thank you. See you.